Hi, and welcome to the second ever PC Daily. All right, I've got my co-host, the Fiddly Fig, here, so it's good. And it's Friday, so if you run sprints, you should be finishing up a sprint about now, or maybe if you're having some difficulties, you might be rushing it. Now, if you're running sprints and you're not finishing one up on a Friday, maybe you don't run Monday to Friday sprints, or maybe you're leaving benefits on the table and running 2-week or 4-week or something sprints. So that's a good introduction to this. What I'm talking about today is the benefits of running shorter sprints. So if you think about the purpose of a sprint in general, it's to limit the impact of changes, external variation, all of that sort of thing on the team. Back in the day, huge project plan, you're committing to a lot of things far too far in advance. So now you're taking this chunk by chunk by chunk, and you're only committing to things when it's an appropriate time to commit to them. You say, all right, this week's worth of work, committing to this now. You're massively limiting the external variation that can impact you, the customer requests, the changes, all that sort of thing that can actually impact that piece of work. You're also massively limiting the work in progress, and of course that stuffs everything up. You get your work in progress increasing, and you end up struggling to finish everything because you're jumping around from piece to piece to piece. The handover times between people in the team, between handing this over to you and that piece of work actually flowing smoothly through the team, blows out because somebody might not get to that because they're working on something else. The more you limit that, the less there is work in progress, the less likely that is to happen. You've got the team more aligned about keeping a smooth, steady flow going through the team. Now, of course, you might feel that by having shorter sprints, anything like if it's going wrong, you're going to be more impacted by that at the end of the week more often. It's not actually the case. The impact of those late tasks and everything happening gets to compound over time with something like a month-long sprint, for example. Whereas if you've got a week-long sprint, you actually manage to contain it, and the runaway isn't as long before you catch it at the end of the sprint. You might feel like it's too much admin. Again, it's actually not much more at all to plan the shorter chunks. You know what's coming. You've got a smaller bracket of work to estimate, so you're going to be more accurate with that, and everybody's more focused on a fewer number of things, so that's good as well. So all around, it's actually better in every way. You're limiting the external variation, and you're limiting the pick up, put down, the chaos, and everything within the team as well by doing shorter sprints. So if you're not, the best thing you can do right now is have a look at how to run those sprints shorter. Try and get down to the 1 week sprint. That is where you're going to get the best productivity, the best bang for your buck. You might say, well, what's so great about 1 week? It's just an arbitrary 5 days, which it is. And I don't agree with that in general, having these made up due dates and trying to force things into week slots. But if you're going to go any further than that, the negative drawbacks to the way sprints are run with their made-up due date at the end of the time, and this time box based on, well, it's a week, so a quarter of a lunar cycle. Great way to predict how long an iteration is going to take to code. Then you're going to have to switch to a different system, like, for example, our pace system, where you've just got a smooth, consistent flow of work instead. So assuming you're sticking to sprints, 1 week is perfect. That's where you get all the big benefits. So seriously reconsider 1 week sprints and how you can get more out of that, or of course come and have a look at a bit of our stuff and have a look at pace as well. So hopefully that's helpful, and you get a lot out of your 1 week sprints, a lot more than what you might expect.